So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's video. We are on the PlayStation 5 yet again. It's going to be direct feed from the PS5 itself, so the audio is what it is. But don't worry, you PES fans and all you subscribers, yes, I'm still going to be going back to PES this week. We're going to start Master League or to continue the second season. Luigi's just taken the lads out for a bit of a break. You know, they've had a season, they're having a few weeks off. And then we're going to be diving back into it. So this is probably going to be the last FIFA 21 video I put out for a while. But look, I'm going to tell you this much, all right, before we get into it. And there will be timestamps if you guys don't want to listen to me. Just use the timestamps and you'll bosh straight into the sliders and all that fun stuff. But the thing about FIFA 21, and we're going to dive into the career mode here, that I have been starting with Man United just for a bit of fun. Yes, I did buy Cristiano Ronaldo back at Manchester United for like 70-odd million. So there he is, looking fantastic. But anyway, the thing about FIFA 21, especially on next gen, I absolutely love career mode. I think it's better than Master League. And that's kind of the hard part because I love career mode. I like the depth of it. I enjoy the presentation and all that fun stuff. Commentary is much better than PES's, even though it's kind of samey after a while. But still, it's better. And the problem is, obviously, the gameplay. So I've found these sliders, I've tweaked them a little bit, not too much, and it's making the game more doable for myself. So this really is for those of you that are coming from PES, you don't like the super arcadey stuff, and you know, you just want something a little bit more realistic. It's not going to be fantastically amazing by any stretch, folks. It's just not going to happen on FIFA. It's as simple as that. Sliders can do so much, but they can't fix the ice skatey type of gameplay that you get with FIFA. So, you know, it is what it is. So we're going to go ahead. I'm just going to go straight into play match and show you right now what I'm playing on. I'll leave the link to all the sliders in the description so you can check them out and you can read up about it if you would like to, because I'm not going to be going through every single sort of slider to tell you why it's that value, because they have a reasoning behind it if you do follow the link. So first things first, we negate some of the speed. All right, so we down the sprint speed for players because otherwise the game is ridiculously fast-paced and all over the place. We keep acceleration the same, though, and then we move down to shot error. So we've upped this to 65. I'm also going to be showing you guys my actual settings of what I'm playing on. I'm not playing on all assisted. There is some semi and a manual in there as well. So shot error is 65. This was originally about 72, but I realized I can't finish, and I'm horrendous at it, so I've dropped it down a little bit. Pass error is around 60, so you will see the odd misplaced pass. The CPU, by the way, is a little bit more, so that I put the CPU at 65 for pass error. We're going to be playing on Legendary, and on user it's at 60. Shot speed goes down just one attribute to 49. Pass speed, we've reduced this as well. Otherwise, as I said before, it becomes too fast, too quick. If you want quick, fast football, then obviously you'll just play on default sliders, and it's simple as that. Injury frequency, I've just put it at 60. They do say to go for 90, but I think that's a little bit over the top, and I don't want every single player getting injured every single match, but it's, you know, personal preference. Injury severity is at 40, so you won't get something too crazy going on with, you know, players getting broken legs all the time. And then goalkeeping ability, drop that down to 42, which makes it a little bit more respectable with the goalies, because they're fairly decent anyway. Now you've got positioning and marking, and this is where, you know, things start making more sense, because on default 50 you just don't get marked tight I can't talk. You just don't get marked tight enough. Simple as that. We up that to 70. That's on both user and CPU, and that means they will stick closer to you, harder to come through. Now, this is where it gets more interesting, because the run frequency, we have this set at 0. And what they said about this is they don't want to disrupt the midfield too much. The secondary runs are lessened here because we do not want many of them. On other values, it's too easy to breach the defensive line with passing to a striker, holding it up and waiting for a central midfielder to run past. All right, so it does help with it just being a little bit harder to break teams down. The line height we've left completely default, so no problems there. Line length for the positioning, once again, we've put it right down, but this does not affect the likes of tracking back and also with overlapping runs and all that stuff. Okay, it's not going to affect that. it just keeps it a little bit more of a shape with the defenders. Then you've got the line width just a little bit less at 48, and then another one here with fullback positioning. That's on a 1. So once again, it doesn't really mess up the overlapping runs. It just keeps the shape of the team. Power bar is really your own preference. And then the first touch control, now we've got this at 90. Yes, that's a lot, I know. You can also do 70 for the user, 90 for the CPU if you really want to. So I've gone for 90. But this is what makes FIFA a little bit better because there's more random things happening. I mean, I've seen a lot of misplaced passes and the game just feels like it's not as scripted. As I said, it's not going to change. The gameplay, as in the skatey physics, is still going to be there, folks. But this just makes the game, for me, a little bit more respectable coming from playing on manual on PES. I can't do manual on FIFA because the AI just don't change, whereas on PES, they adapt more, right? Because if you stick it on manual, then the AI just seemed to play a little bit worse. On FIFA, it's not the case. You play on manual and legendary, you're going to get absolutely mullered because you're probably going to do a lot of misplaced passes and they're not going to. So, let's talk about the controller settings here. I turn time finishing off. I can't stand it. They do say to turn off next player switching. I actually like it, so I'm going to leave it on. I like to know who I'm going to control next. Pass block we leave on, or for the assistance. Air balls and loose balls we leave on. Auto switching I turn off. Jockey assisted. Auto flare off. Auto clearance is off. Shots are off. Player lock is off. I turn off this ridiculous agile dribbling. That's off. Assisted headers are off. Relative for the player or right stick switching, and then we get into the ground pass. So we have this as assisted. You may think, well, that's too easy. Not really, because of the pass error being upped a little bit. But then we've got semi for through ball, semi for shot assistance, semi for cross assistance, manual for lob pass, which is not easy. Sometimes you are going to play those as stray balls, but you know what? Switching a ball isn't the easiest thing in the world to do, so you get a bit more randomness. Save assistance assisted, analogs on, and we are going for legacy defending. Another key thing here, because it enables you to get a second player to come in. So it's pretty much old school FIFA controls, and legacy defending is more like PES defending. And then you've got pass receiver on late. And on the PS5, I like to have the enhanced feedback. I just think it just adds something extra with the controller as well. So that's pretty much all my settings of what I'm using. So there you guys go. And then obviously it's up to you what you want to do with this. Because you have it on legacy defending, you're going to have one less option. We just pretty much have slide tackle is circle, square will be secondary press, and then just a regular press is X. But you still got to jockey, and obviously you still got to make those challenges when you get the chance to do so. Alright, so let's dive into this. I'm going to make this a 5-minute match. I generally would say longer, 7-8 minute halves. Oh, sorry, halves. Is generally what you want, because you're going to need a little bit more time. But without further ado, I'm not really that worried about the lineup for this one, so I'm just going to dive right into the gameplay, and the team looks good enough. So, yeah, let's get into the gameplay. And, of course, if you guys have tried out these sliders, I believe it was Matt10 that came up with them. As you can see, the lads are coming off the bus, preparing themselves, and Bruno Fernandes has been an absolute beast this season, and there is them two, Harry Kane and Son. What a finish by Son the other day against Arsenal, and Harry Kane doing the business as he normally does. So, here we go. I really wish one thing that FIFA lacks now is the turf. What's going on with the turf? A little bit more vibrancy is needed with these turfs. They do say, I know there's an option to change it, but you can't actually change it if... sorry, my brain's gone dead. You can't change it in career mode because apparently when you play in the spring, you know, the turf's a little bit more vibrant than in the winter, etc., etc. So, that's what they say. Alright. There he is, Cristiano Ronaldo. 3 goals in his last 3 matches. The guy has been the business. Alright, so here we go. First of all, we are playing on the game cam. That is exactly the same. That hasn't been changed. But yeah, we're going to play. I'm going to just play a match, show you guys the gameplay, talk about it a little bit more. I mean, FIFA lacks movement. It really does, and that's the real concern. Even putting sliders You know, you're just not going to fix all the problems under the sun, but we're going to have to deal with it. But you'll see it's harder to break the AI down. I mean, they will close you down like that. It's still random, though. Often FIFA's like PES. You don't know if you're going to play a match where it's going to be really tough, or is the next game going to be easier? Yeah, you really don't know. So hopefully when the new engines come out, things will be a little bit more refined, because I still think both Konami and EA have a lot of work to do. EA have a lot of work to do on the pitch, and Konami have a lot of work to do off the pitch with regards to Master League and everything else. Right, we can't defend very well here, as Lo Celso get a chance to play it through. Well done, Kempemba. And now we're going to try and swing this. An absolute woeful pass there by Wan-Bissaka. Manages to win it back. I will tell you this much. FIFA has absolutely no free kicks. People complain about PES. I've had maybe 3 fouls in 10 matches of FIFA. It's dreadful. The referees don't seem to give a monkeys. They really, really don't. But yeah, I've been playing with these sliders now for a couple of days, and it really is the only sliders. Come on, son, you're going to throw the ball or just stand there like a plum? Love it, don't you? You do love FIFA sometimes. But this is pretty much the only sliders that have forced me to be able to play the game a little bit more respectively. It was a chance there for Marcus Rashford to come through. Son starts again with Højbjerg. Lo Celso. Let's see now what they can do. This is me as a PES fan. As a PES fan, I want to see the AI make mistakes, right? I want to see more random things happening. I want to make mistakes. All right, let's see what we can do here with Cristiano. Not the best finish. And by the way, my manager looks like an absolute legend with the old maroony type suit matching. Looks phenomenal. But yeah, I've been enjoying FIFA a little bit more on the next gen because A, it looks better, the controller helps. I do love career mode though, as in, the things you can do, the training, the development plans, and there's just a ton more things that enables you to do stuff. Whereas Master League has just become a little bit more bare bones now. Now, if you're coming from FIFA, you may enjoy Master League because it's something fresh. I'm the other way around. I've got used to it, and I've just kind of got a little bit complacent and bored on it. Look, I'll tell you this much. Master League has these cutscenes, but they mean absolutely nothing. So what's the point of having them? Doesn't make any sense. But you saw there the tight marking. That's what makes it a little bit more interesting. But then we win it back with Fred. We'll swing this round now with Lindelof. But yeah, Konami need to come out with these cutscenes like FIFA, but actually make them worthwhile. What is the point of having them when they make absolutely no logical sense? There's no purpose to them. It's all just cosmetic. Team morale, players wanting to get a little bit of a boost. That's more of an RPG element. And certainly something that, yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see when PES 2022 arrives. And I'm buzzing to see what they can do with the next gen engine. Because on the field, I don't have a ton of complaints about PES. Referees still need a lot of work. Yes, goalkeepers I think are superhuman, but when you put it on manual and you get to see, less of the scripting nonsense, that's when you enjoy the game. All right, we are 32 minutes in, but you can see the pace is a little bit better. I mean, there was a little bit of an iffy pass, but it's just going to be more random like this. Of course, it's all personal preference. You can tweak the sliders as much as you want. If you want to change certain things, go for it. If you just want to play on default, then the option's there as well. But myself, I just like a more realistic approach than playing the game at 100 miles an hour. All right, Lucas feeds it inside. All right, that's a dangerous place. I don't know what Pogba was trying there. Something a little bit different. And by using legacy defending as well, I mean, you can kind of tell, oh, that's a little bit sloppy. And De Gea makes the save. There is a little bit of stutter every now and then. I don't know why. You think the power of the PS5, what's going on there, but good save there, Mr. David. So a chance for the corner. Right, they're going to play the short one. It's a good challenge, and another corner. Oh no, we've kept it on. No, we haven't. Well, Lo Celso, left-footed. It's going to be an outswinger. He's gone towards the back post. There's Kempemba, who we snapped up from Paris Saint-Germain in this career mode. Well done, Wan-Bissaka. No, that's silly, though. You don't want to lose it there. That's a little bit careless. And that's a fantastic challenge. I mean, I did get a penalty given away, but there's a poor pass. And you'll see a lot more of that. You'll see a lot more random passes going all over the shop. I mean, is the question now of, does PES need sliders? I think PES only really needs sliders for goalies. That'll be my one biggest thing, and I'm probably going to put a video out about that. Oh God, I can't defend here. Defending is it's still tough, even with Legacy. Because there isn't really a dedicated tackle button. You just have to kind of jostle them, and when you get a chance to get a challenge in, go for it. All right, let's get the ball out. Kempemba, shaky clearance. That could have been David De Gea's. Another corner. Swings in, there's a flick away, and shocking heading by Luke Shaw. I don't know why they always do this. They always run off to the manager. I mean, I know it's the 46th minute, but there's no need to get too excited with Jose. All right, Harry. Yes, we saw. It was poor play here, wasn't it? This header by... oh, no, it just came off Luke Shaw. I don't think Luke Shaw knew much about it. Yeah, it came off his knee. Terrible, terrible defending there by Luke Shaw. All right, doesn't matter. We're not here to really show you guys me scoring 50 goals because it's not going to happen. But there we go. That's half-time. We need to play better, though. Let's just whack straight into the second half. All right. Come on, boys. Ronaldo, get involved. Of course, I could play a little bit more attacking, but I don't want to go too crazy. I mean, the midfield, often you have to kind of move them yourself. I do find FIFA's movement off the ball quite poor. It's almost like you have to do all the work yourself, which is impossible because you can't control more than one player. It's a football game. So you really need the AI to use the brain and get moving from time to time. Bruno Fernandes with a poor pass there. Given away, looking a little bit sloppy. I also think when you do up the stats of pass error, even first time control, I know we've got it up to a 90, which is a lot, but you really see the stats more as opposed to leaving it on default. You don't see it a whole lot. Oh, referee's actually was going to give a foul there. Rarity. I can't get the ball in this game. All right, here we go. This is it. Chance to break now. Bruno Fernandes. Fred feeds it on towards Paul Pogba. Ronaldo, get away from me, son. Out wide here to Rashford. Flicks it on and couldn't break away. But Pogba wins it back quickly. Finds Rashford once more. We have got the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo in there. And Pogba unable to get there first. Lo Celso. Højbjerg. Son. Tough player to contain. Well, I'm just going to drop off now and let someone else come in. And that's how you can use legacy defending, as both my players have just run into each other. And now Kempemba's out of position. It's good play. It's delivered in. Good header. Right, it's the chance for Rashford. Does feed it off towards Cristiano. And he gets absolutely annihilated by Alderweireld. Well done, Bruno. Wins it back. Pogba can feed that one inside. Rashford. It's a poor pass, Rashi. Oh, no, no, no. And now a chance for Harry Kane. Make the save. Well done, David De Gea. I mean, I'm fine with getting dominated in a match like this because that's fine. Because, look, Tottenham now don't feel like I can't get the ball off them. My biggest concern is... Oh, Gareth Bale's coming on. In FIFA, especially on Legendary, is when the AI go mad. Literally. And all they do is just do some... Oh, my word. An effort from distance, but... You know, they start playing this tick-a-tacker arcade football where you have no chance at all of getting the ball off them. And this makes it just more doable. I am not saying by any stretch with you PES fans. Look, I'm still a PES fan, people. Trust me, I've played PES way more than FIFA. And I always will. Gameplay is still far superior on PES. because of the presentation and career mode, it makes you want to play the game. And I'm just trying to find a way to make the gameplay a little bit more doable. Here we go. Cristiano Ronaldo. He's found a way in. Finishing off. Oh, and that's the shot error for you. You will miss chances like that, and that is embarrassing. Ronaldo. Oh dear, Ronaldo. Oh dear. But you'll also be able to catch them on the break, as you saw there. Tottenham pushing a little bit too many players forward. We saw it happen with Arsenal. They got caught on the break, and Tottenham punished them with Son setting up Harry Kane on Sunday. So, yeah, you are going to see stuff like that from time to time. All right, Gareth Bale starting again. Now Harry Kane. Winks. Ball's floated over the top. Players are all being pulled out of position here. Kimpembe's going to have to come across. Son. Oh, trying the cute stuff. Ball up the line. Come on, Wan-Bissaka. Also, it depends as well what tactics you're using. I mean, I believe I have Rashford set to, like, not come back because I don't really want Rashford coming back. All right, Bruno, get forward. All right, I'm going to play more attacking here for the final 12 minutes as Bruno finds Lindelof, and we're going to spray this out wide. Wan-Bissaka feeds it up the line. Anthony Martial, who's had a really torrential time, hasn't he, at Manchester United this season. It's just not clicked for him. But, you know, look, now we can play a little bit possession. You've got the AI going mental. They're sitting back. We can play a little bit more simulation. Work the ball forward and try and create the chance here as Fred finds Bruno Fernandes towards Pogba. I don't know why I went for the spectacular there, but we do have a corner. Yeah, let's bring on Van der Beek. See what he can do. And there was the earlier goal. It's an interesting header, wasn't it? I don't know how he generated the power there and the ball going there, but oh well. All right, this is the chance delivered in. Oh, a free header for Martial. Oh dear, Martial. No, not today. Greenwood on for Paul Pogba. That's an interesting change. That is going nowhere. All right, 5 minutes. But you let me know, have you tried these out? Viewing the video, does this look more respectable than the default sliders that you get on that previous video I put out? I mean, right now my controller's a lot harder to press because of the stamina coming into effect. But we are playing a short match. I would generally say on these sliders, you're going to need to crank the amount of time up a little bit because you do need to try and play football. Lovely pass through there. We're getting absolutely mullered here. Shocking play. So yes, you're going to get beaten if you play like this. Horrendous. Yeah, we could bring Greenwood on, but there's no point. This was really just to showcase the sliders and what I have been playing on to ideally make the game more fun to play, or at least, as I state, doable. I think that's the word there, doable. But if you can't defend, yeah, you will get punished. Very much like that. So, terrible. I barely even found Ronaldo this game. Alright, final couple of minutes. We've got 3 minutes of stoppage time. It's all too late now, but maybe Cristiano can do some magic here. Come on, Cristiano. What have you got? Feeds it off. Van der Beek. Chance to lay it across. To find Paul Pogba. Good save by Lloris. Comes back out. Suddenly we get a little bit of pressure, but it's, well, it's all too late. And another comfortable save for the Frenchman as he's going to blow now for full time. So there we have it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it helped you guys. Yeah, that will be the last FIFA video I put out for a while. I know some of you may think, well, why not do a career mode? But honestly, guys, I still prefer playing Master League on manual more than FIFA by a country mile. So this is just more of a bit of fun thing to do after at 10 o'clock at night. So there we have it. Anyway, we'll return shortly. Master League will continue this week. Season 2 gets underway, so be sure to subscribe for more. But until next time, let me know your thoughts as always. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.